Hey, what's up, guys? I figured I'd do another video today. This is going to be a PC showcase of my 89 Topps set so far. Um, just did a count. I thought I had a few more, but right now it stands at 307. So anyway, I can make longer videos, so I'm gonna get every card in here. So this is gonna be long. So just be forewarned. All the good ones I have in plastic cases, so those you'll see those at the end. All right, so just get right through this real quick here. We got Jeff Treadway, Dale Swaim, Von Hayes, Rex Hudler, Mike Kingery, Kevin Gross, Tom Pagnazzi, Scott Terry, Mike Bielecki, Rance Mullinix, Jack McDowell. Sorry about the text message. Mark Eichhorn, Jeff Russell, Matt Williams, Vance Law, Steve Buechele, Denny Walling, Greg Gagne, Jerry Don Gleaton, Sid Bream, Tom Nidenfuhr, Jim Pankovitz, Tom Lawless, Ken Daly, Kevin Bass, Bobby Meacham, Bobby Bonilla, Jeff Reardon, Marvell Wynn, Tom Bernansky, Craig Lefferts, Andy Beans, Jimmy Key, Russ Nixon, Bruce Fields, Mike Smithson, Chris Carpenter, Audie McDowell, Steve Balboni, Greg Booker, Paul Mirabella, Kent Herbeck, Don Zimmer's wife. I haven't sent to him again because I know he's been signing for people. I have to do that so I can get rid of this ghost sign card. Charlie Huff, Kevin Elster, Steve Ellsworth, Scott Bales, Bill Wegman, Lance Parrish, Chris Spire, Chris Sabo, Rick Cerrone, Darren Dalton, Bill Long, Ron Kittle, Greg Olson, Dave LaPointe, Al Newman, Trevor Wilson, Les Lancaster, Don August, Lance Johnson, Ken Obergfell, Mike Heath, Jim Whalewander, Tom Brookins, Raphael Belliard, Jim Eppard, Gerald Young, Tom Kelly, Tim Belcher, Billy Hatcher, Pete Incaviglia, Spike Owen, Sandy Alomar Jr., Don Carmen, Jose Alvarez, Zane Smith, Ernie Riles, Al Padrique, Ricky Jordan, Rick Shue, Tommy Barrett, Bobby Valentine, Joe Morgan, Doug DeCenzo, Dan Plesac, Doug Drabeck, Jim Fregosi, Greg Gagne on the team leaders card, Bruce Benedict, Rick Russell, Ernie Witt, Steve Searcy, Dave Henderson, Randy Bush, Danny Darwin, Mark Davidson, Steve Sachs, Mr. $20 per card, Todd Froworth, Tim Flannery, Don Heinkel, Steve Buechele, Rangers team leaders, Mackie Sasser, Mark Thurman, Franklin Stubbs, Teddy Higuera, Jamie Moyer, Will Clark, Jose Lind, Jim Sundberg, Terry McGriff, Tony La Russa, Bill Swift, Ted Power, Bill Schroeder, Chris Bosio, Mark Gubiza, Floyd Bannister, Juan Samuel, Craig McMurtry, Steve Avery, Dave Dravecki, Frank Tanana, Harold Baines, Stuart Cliburn, Don Baylor, Ken Phelps, Gene Walter, Charlie Pulio, John Farrell, Ty Griffin, Barry Lyons, Luis Aguayo, cool signature there, Richard Dotson, and that is a duplicate. That's got to come out. I guess the count is 306. But there's another Don Carmen, Kelly Gruber, Bruce Suter, Whitey Herzog, Glenn Davis, Doug Jones, Greg Swindell, Mike Scott, Steve Bedrosian, Bob Kipper, Dave Johnson, Scott Bankhead, Joe Hesketh, Tim Raines on the team leaders card, Don Robinson, Ricky Horton, Dennis Rasmussen, Mark Davis, Andy McGaffigan, Mark Parent, Gary Pettis, Doug Sisk, Gary Ward, Jack McKeon, Bob Milacki, Mark Salas, Bobby Witt, Dave Steeb, Brett Butler, Jay Bell, Terry Pendleton, Luis Medina, John Tudor, Greg Gross, one of the many Gross people in the set, Tom Herr, Steve Rosenberg, Jim Gott, Doug Jennings, Alan Ashby, Tom Treblehorn, Jimmy Williams, Jay Howell, Randy Reddy, Jeff Pico, Pat Tabler, Scott Geraltz, Lance McCullers, Greg Harris, Roger Craig, Bob Forsch, Jim Snyder, Greg Harris, Chris James, Jack Lazorko, Tim Bertzes, Greg Briley, Frank DePino, Brooke Jacoby, Melito Perez, Bob Walk, Brooke Jacoby on the team leaders, Mookie Wilson, Jesse Orozco, John Shelby, Bob Dernier, Ken Howell, Jamie Quirk, Dwayne Ward, Jerry Rios, John Smiley, I believe that's ghost signed by one of his parents, Danny Tartable, John Costello, Tim Tuffle, Jerry Reed, Bob Boone, Tim Burke, Keith Moreland, Bob Boone again on the regular card, Hal Lanier, Sherman Corbett, Britton Smith, Larry McWilliams, Kurt Ford, Rick Honeycutt, Dave Hengel, Jamie Moyer on the team leaders card, Jim Corsi, Charles Hudson, Mike Marshall, Dave Bergman, Cal Daniels, Frank DePino, Lloyd McClendon, Dante Bichette, Jack Clark, Tom Browning, Phil Bradley, Juan Barriguar, Randy St. Clair, Bobby Bonilla All-Star card, Paul Runge, Alfredo Griffin, Mike Krucko, Tony Pena, Dallas Green, Lee Hamaker, Ed Vandenberg, Jim Lindemann, Steve Farr, Tom Filer, Ken Gerhart, Dick Schofield, Steve Lyons, Alan Trammell, Jeff Montgomery, Dave Island, Sean Hilligus, Paul Kilgus, Robin Ventura, Greg Brock, Tom Foley, Ron Darling, Tom Prince, Jeff Robinson, Hubie Brooks, Corey Snyder, Sean Dunston, Mark Lemke. That may be going out to Andre Thomas, I'm not sure. And then there's the regular card from Mark Lemke. Lou Whitaker, Doc Edwards, Paul Assenmacher, Jody Davis, Mike Stanley, Jim Clancy, Craig Worthington, Mike Birkbeck, Luis Salazar, Dave Val on the team leaders card. And there's regular card. There's a Mike Maddox, Mike Heath on the team leaders card, Rob Ducey, Don Paul, Charlie O'Brien, that is Kelly Gruber, and Mark Williamson. Alright, and then some of the better cards. Got the Andre Dawson All-Star card, Gary Sheffield rookie, Jim Abbott draft pick, John Smoltz rookie, John Candelaria. The reason I have that one in there is because he's a very rare signer. Cecil Fielder, same with him. I haven't seen too many of these signed. Tom Glavine, JSA certified. Ryan Sandberg, and his All-Star card. Don Mattingly All-Star. Rafael Palmeiro, he doesn't sign at all, so I figured that was worthy of the plastic holder. Greg Maddux, probably the worst signature in all of baseball. The Gary Carter record breaker. Paul Molitor. Rich Gossage. Lee Smith. I think this guy's going to make it to the Hall of Fame. I don't know when, but it's not very often a relief pitcher gets in there, but I think he's got the stuff, so I think that's a good one. Plus, he charges $15. That's how I ended up getting it signed. Sparky Anderson, who unfortunately is deceased, so that's a tough one to get, obviously. Kirk Gibson, and his All-Star card. Don Mattingly's base card. Mark McGuire. Wade Boggs All-Star. Bo Jackson. This is one of those Topps buyback cards, which is certified by Topps and JSA. Got this from Big Dog. What up, Dave? Here's Ken Caminiti, who unfortunately is also deceased. So there's that one, and then finally the Lou Brock Turn Back the Clock. So that's the set so far. 306 cards. Still going strong. I mean, I have hundreds of requests out there, and they keep coming in slowly but surely. So I had hoped to break like 350 by the end of the year, which would be close to half of the set, but it looks like it's not to be. So I'm gonna keep trying. If you guys come across any 89 tops, I'll be interested. So just let me know on that. And thanks for watching. Take it easy.